Oh Lord. When you're 55, you don't know you're living every day or you're dying every day. Time is 11:30. Today is Christmas Day. It's my second video today. And it's my last one. Well, I told you that I'm quitting. Sometimes, you know, there are people, they like to complain and bitch and just they're complainer. I'm not one of them. I actually don't have any complaint. I'm one, you might say, that in Canada, in the West, have done very well. I'm a Canadian citizen, a lot of people are not. I had a very peaceful, beautiful divorce. Our friend is still with the old lady. And my two children are way better than both of us. They don't smoke, they don't do drinking. They never miss their prayer, obligatory prayer or fasting. I couldn't be any happier. Money-wise, I'm on the top of the line too. I really have no problem, money-wise. And my family life, I live, you know, with my female friend. We tried to go get married, they said no. Basically, you don't need to get married, so we're together. She had tons of problems in the past, they're all solved. She's as good as the Mary Magdalene at Christianity. Everyone says she's so pure, so good. But as beautiful as Gwyneth Paltrow, she's as beautiful as Marilyn Monroe. Really top of the line. So guys, I don't have any problem. My income is good, my health is okay. Now, how many of people like that, they're also found the truth in their life, which I found is Baha'i faith? How could they emerge and climb up to the point to become elder of God, actually sit down and talk to the prophet of God? Always loved to write poetry like Rumi. My poetry are better than him. There is absolutely not a thing that I can complain or bitch about. I am what you might say the most successful man in the entire planet. No one can get to me collectively when you put all the things together. But I'm quitting. When we started this, there were a few people with me. Mustafa was my longtime friend who became Baha'i when I became Baha'i. And he exactly knows what I'm talking about. He's the one who interviewed me. The audio record is with Universal House of Justice. I can find a copy of it. And he's not doing anything about it. Then it is time to quit. Dorsadaf, my ex-wife, is one of the prominent Baha'is in Canada. She probably brought 20 people into Baha'i faith or more. More actually. She knows exactly what's going on. She's the one who started all. She doesn't want to help, doesn't want to do anything about it. Then it's time to quit. My best friend, my first Baha'i teacher, who actually loves me, who loves my writing, who just enjoy my presence, he's again have fear, a lot of fears. He can't do anything about it. I have to quit them. Is that Rohani, the guy in Thunder, right? He's one of the smartest Baha'is I know. Again, a very prominent Baha'i from Seysan, Canada, in Iran. He exactly knows what all argument is. He doesn't help. Then it's time to quit. my nephew, the most eminent Baha'i in Canada. Great teacher, great charisma. Here's my note about it. Then it's time to quit. Okay, maybe my idea is too far ahead of the people. To begin with, it's not my idea anyways. It's what's in the writing. I made a poll. You know what poll is? You want to know some political party, they take a poll to see where the idea goes and where it's not going. Who would know you better than your own son? Absolutely trusts you. He knows that there's no lie, there's none of that involved. He cannot understand. He's a Canadian Iranian descent. Now a Canadian who is not a Baha'i. But he's just as good. His name is Jeremy. 22 years old. I don't know, he gets $70,000 to worker bank. Very, very smart guy. He absolutely loves my videos and my argument and everything I say. He begs to be around my side. He doesn't understand. Let's talk to older Baha'is. I talked to David Rossetti in Toronto. I have a lot of reverence and respect for this individual. He's a serious Baha'i. He's sincere. He's honest. I couldn't get it. He said to Lisa, I'm so sorry, but I can't talk to him. He's outcast. I've talked to a Muslim whose character is just right out of the book. If you read the Dawnbreakers and if you see Ahmad, you say this is one of them. Extremely a spiritual person, very much unknown to the Baha'i. Everybody completely knows it all. I told him he has to announce that he's a Baha'i. If he says he's a Baha'i, I think the whole Toronto will crumble. It's that big. You can't say it. That means there is nobody in this generation that is able to hear. We have to wait. The idea is to be fermented. Sometimes the best way is to quit. I've always said that. I know when I die, that's it, the obstacle is taken away. All the enemies are going to be happy. My real enemies are in Israel. They are working for universal laws of justice. Mostly they're Persians. They're the biggest scammers of all. They scammed against me and the universal laws of justice. They did not give information to universal laws of justice, to the members. And those are the ones I will never forgive them. No. And they think I quit, today is the celebration day. No, no, no. As soon as I quit, there's a problem. Big problem. The hands of God is cut off from this planet. This planet's going towards its destructive path with no constructive force to counterattack it. They are the one, by my quitting, are going to suffer a chastisement that so Baha'u'llah quit. He is the manifestation of God. He is God. God quit. His manifestation called himself Dervish Muhammad. He went 2 years to the mountain of Kurdistan and he left and didn't come. The strategy of this quit is because it gives time. So I'm gone, I'm not around, and by this I don't mean some going that I will be coming back. No, I'm not. When I'm saying this tonight, I am not. Unless Baha'u'llah orders me to come back, and the last time we spoke, he says, time is to quit. That's it. Last time when I quit, I wrote a letter to Universal House of Justice. I fell, I got angry at God, and I said, you know, God is not with me. I had a dream that Baha'u'llah told me that we did not make it a fall. You fell on your own. We were just there to help you out, so you're not damaged. Yes, out of the accident, I didn't get damaged. My doctor was saying that he could not surgically remove the spinal cord separated from my bone without getting separated. But miraculously, all the bones are gone, but yet the spinal cord is not damaged. He says it's a miracle. So I sent a letter to Universal House of Justice. I wanted to test this guys. One guy came, the same Radirian. He told me you have to cut the phone. Well, I called it temporarily. I cut it off. And then I said, then he said that, well, the website has to go down. I didn't pay a month and they cut it off, so there was no website. I said, okay. Then he brought other lists. I told him, you know what, every day you're coming with something. Why don't you write down, ask Universal House of Justice to write down a list, A to Z, message him where you do this, and then we're going to bring you back into the faith and give you a card and you're a normal Baha'i. You know what did he say? He said, they don't talk to the infidels. I said, them, do you mean the member of Universal House of Justice, they don't want to talk to me as I'm infidel? He said, yes. I said, then why do you want me back? Why do you ask me to do all of these things? You guys made up your mind that I'm infidel and there's no point of return, isn't it? How ridiculous, eh? So, and I had a dream that my letter went to Shovi Effendi, and the guy came out of the office, whatever, he said that, I'm sorry, he does not accept your resignation. Okay. Because I guess at the time I wasn't ready, so I got the continue, but not this time, because I had to do all the videos. Now there's time, I think till June. Something must happen. If not, most likely I die and I just go away, I think. If not, I will not come around. Believe me when I tell you this. I'm so serious. You do not know how serious I am on this. So, this is the end. This is time to quit. What will be the circumstances I will come back? I'm trying to think. I have to have a conversation by the Universal House of Justice that I get convinced. I don't accept any verbal, any envoy. And if a letter comes, I would send it to my lawyer to make sure that this letter is from them. I would ask for two things. Number one, I'm requesting not to divulge to anyone about their decisions, whether I am an elder or not. Keep it only after I die, because there are other people that they might want to misuse, sue me, you know, for something, and take the faith with me, attack me. I will say I'm an elder of God, but Universal can keep their decisions till I die. This is my request. Number two, I want none of the registered Baha'is in the world, none, is allowed to contact me. I do not want to see none of the Baha'is. If I have to contact, it's up to my discretion, those who I want. Otherwise, I won't. The third, I want an unlimited fund to go to a special account, special, whatever, the guardianships account for the teaching project. I need 5 people. Consular Burhanuddin Afshin, to be the liaison to Universal House of Justice. I want Nima. I want Vincent Twardzik. I want Ali Merchant of India, and I want Mr. Ghanbari to be by my right side. This is the committee. They work with me. We're going to start teaching. This is a mass teaching. It's a little bit different from teaching the Baha'i faith. This is not so much that we are teaching Baha'i faith. It is also what Baha'i faith is going practically to look like to the Canadians. I've said this many times. I'm starting from center of Canada. I'm having a 9-sided building with a huge yard in the center. The rooms all the way outside, it could be anywhere from, depending on the size of the city, from 50 to 200 to 500 even. And I'm actually renting it to those on welfare. Usual rent is 500 in Canada. I'll give it for 200 bucks. The people coming in, they'll go through classes, 2 sets of them. They're in the courtyard. We're increasing the level of knowledge, not academically, just, normal talk. We're going to talk about everything in the planet. Chemistry, physics, astronomy, the history of Canada, history of the US, history of China, natives, everything. Physics, chemistry, mathematics. Then we have classes that they have to come and learn something. Plumbing, electrical, carpeting, name it. And then there are groups that they coordinate the work. They go in the city and sell jobs, whether it's cleaning the snow or painting the house or removing the leaves, whatever. The truck takes 5-6 of these guys outside of town. They sell the jobs, the groups of salesmen. These are the guys that exchange truck, go and get the job and get the money and pay them. The objective is that to get people basically off the welfare, make them to actually work, be outside the drug. A drug dealer, drug users are going to be my enemy, our enemy. We're also using the Prime Directive of Sharia Effendi. We're going to coordinate our things with the Christianity. We don't want any fight with them at all. We are the new version of Christianity. There's nothing on the old that we're going to moderate it. Still to be able to concentrate on the main teaching of Jesus Christ. So those who don't want to become Baha'i, they're not fighting with us, Those who are becoming Baha'i, the registration is all going to be under there. Assemblies, national, local, and universal House of Justice. There's no secondary registrations, but the registrations are going to be harder. Those who are going to be registered definitely have to be engaged in teaching. If they're not teaching, there's no registrations. That's what's going to happen in the beginning. But then we'll change it. The whole idea is that we are going to percolate this situation in one city, spread it to the other places and other places. Then hopefully in 10 years, we're getting 60% of Canadian into it. You think I'm optimistic? No, my friends. I've spent $50,000, 1 year of my life, to put that in experiment in Thunder Bay, and we did it very well, and it worked. We're continuing till we have the first National House of Justice and National House of Guardianship in Canada. And then we go further. Our goal is the first formation of the first universal government between the Anglo-Saxon country, namely the 5 of them. The mother UK, which includes Ireland, England, Wales, and the Scots, and there are 4 countries that comes out of them: New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and United States. Same thing, we're going to draw our hand towards China and the Mongolian race there, trying to do the same thing in there. So don't try to think I'm some kind of a utopian guy or something like that. You're sadly mistaken if you think that. I don't say things that cannot be done. And I don't promise on that on behalf of the others, I'm promising on behalf of myself. I mentioned 5 people such as Ali Merchant, or Muhammad Ali Gambari, or Burhanuddin Afshin, Nima, and Vincent Warzik. I do not, these people, they know me, that's all. But I know them, they're fair people, they're honest, sincere, and they're not stupid. So with them, we can actually fix this problem. Now, I have zero, I'm not going to say 1%. I have zero hope this is going to happen. This is why it's ending. Usually when people die, they turn into hero, and the rooms opens for others to come after and do things. My quitting is tantamount to my death. It's the same thing, not coming back. If you thought Baha'u'llah was harder to get him back, you haven't dealt with me. I'm harder, you can't get me back. There are 3 ways that I can come back. I need universal laws of justice to move. It's up to you, convince them. I need prominent Baha'is to come and support. There's 50 of them. And I need a lot of money. All this things to be done. Otherwise, we're again wasting the time. This is going to happen in my life? 0. So, what will happen? March goes, June comes, then there is no way I'm coming back. If by then this member of Universal Laws of Justice, they do not do anything, they become subjected to a very huge curse. It's going to happen on them, all of them. Before they played game, one of them died, and there was some others, they do not get, they don't understand this. But this time I'm telling you that right now. They will get diseases, they will get personal affliction, none like it witnessed before. Because they are rejecting, at the very beginning of the faith, the special envoy of God on the planet. After tonight, the plan is in motion. The destruction is going to go ahead. I told you before, this will bring a division between the United States. It breaks down. South will go in the hand of Latinos. There will be earthquake, huge one. Europe's south will be done, taken over by the blacks. Australia is in big danger. Muslims are a serious, huge problem. Israel is their Israel. Where's going to get them? And they'll do it. Nobody can fight with Israel, I'll tell you right now. They're under protection of God. But many things will change. Once upon a time, Jews were waiting for Jesus Christ to come to Jerusalem and everything else. They didn't accept him. The plan was the Jerusalem to be, the temple of God and everything to be there. It didn't happen. It went to Rome. Second plan, God hasn't backburner, always. Muslim, they were all praying towards Israel. But Jews and Christians, especially Jews, they were so much against Muhammad. He changed it from Holy Land to Mecca. Muslim, they were promised in Islam that Dar es-Salam, the House of Peace, this is Baghdad actually, it's a suburb of Baghdad. That is where Baha'u'llah would have been there. This is why the Garden of Rizwan is there. But Muslim didn't understand it, didn't take it. God was a secondary plan. Everything happened in Holy Land. The Ark of God which is the universal of guardianship, the building, is supposed to be on the Holy Land. But they built it, they named it differently. Now there's a shift. The building that will house the universal house of guardianship is going to shift from Israel. It's going to be built in Canada. Canada is the new Holy Land of God. That will happen here in Canada. Somewhere, wherever you like it. Perhaps in Vancouver, to be close to China and Japan. Well, my quitting might help. If you want me now, you have to come here. You have to convince me of the things that I want. Not really what I want, but maybe I was a bad messenger. Maybe I did not fulfill my plan as an elder properly. Maybe that's the reason of the failure. Be it, I've done what I could do. All the young Baha'is were telling me that, oh well, your message was correct, but your strategy of launching it was wrong. I told to the young man that I'm a salesman, I'm a businessman. I know all the rules of how to convince people. When I get a call to sell a job, most of the time when I go into houses, I sign the deal right there. I seal the deal, as they say, very fast. So all that connivingness and all that, I know it. But I told him, this is the faith of God. You don't understand. The simplicity has to be not within a shred. One atom of deception cannot work here. Sure, my books was approved by the Committee of Universal Laws of Justice. I paid money in India, a couple $1,000 to get it printed. All the Baha'is would read it. All the Baha'is would have loved me 1,000 times more. Conventional wisdom says, oh yeah, wait till all those things gets around, all the Baha'is, they know you. But no, I called him, I said, stop the book, don't print it anymore. Why? I said, because there's a change of plan. I'm an elder of God right now. If you knew this, would you print a book? No. I cannot lie on this, I said. It has to be 100% pure. Yes. This is why it works. Because it's simple. There's no lies, none. Everything is so pure. It looks so stupid sometimes. It's just the way it is. So, I'll go. Like I'm dead. Let's see if things will work well. You know. I can guess the plan of God. I did say a lot of prophecy. And I didn't want to put it on the YouTube. 2 days passed. I had a dream of Baha'u'llah. And it was basically go ahead and put it on. So maybe he told me to do all that dream visions I had. So those things happens. And then the people see what I said and what I saw happened. Maybe then they come back to me. And they say, okay, sir, now we know you're right. So then we can go and do what we have to do. We have to start some serious Baha'i work. We have not done in the last, I don't know, 60 years, from 1957, Shoghi Effendi, that Baha'i field is completely dead, stagnated. Nothing has happened. Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, name it, everyone with their absolutely BS message, they've gone everywhere. We have such a all-encompassing message that all the Canadians I have seen want to see any day, want to disagree with it. Yet 70–80% of Canadians agree with it. They are Baha'is. Like jigsaw puzzle, they have to be put together. You need a central gravity, central energy. Canadian, they want to know what your ideology is going to do. It has to be put in practice. My project is practical Baha'i faith. You know, I'm going to form the army of Abdu'l in Canada. And this social army is going to change things around. I got all the training to do this. And if I can't do it, I'm turning a nuisance. I gotta stop this, isn't it? Talk to now. So it's not that I'm angry, it's not that I'm disappointed, none of that. 99% of the time, God brings the people for future. Why? Because always a spiritual message gets denied by the people of the present time. Always. Social message, it'll take over. Economical, yes. But if it's a spiritual, present people of the time, they do not agree with it, they shun it, they put it down. It's like a fire, you know, when it comes, it burns everything. But when it goes away 50 years, then that globe of fire turns into light, it gives light. Right now it's just burning everyone. Very likely it is for the people 50 years from now. So, those two choices, I could die or I could get vanished. Well, I'm sorry it came to this. I wish there was a solution. Perhaps there is. But now the time has come for me to say goodbye and so long.